caves in the past, where we can clearly see that the previous civilization was technologically beyond anything that we could ever imagine, and clearly beyond anything that we have ever been told. This advanced group of people that were here before us were not only capable of building palaces situated on the ground, like we have seen with the Cologne Cathedral or the Milan Cathedral, palaces that last forever, built to easily withstand the test of time. The previous civilization was also capable to go into cliffs and carve out palaces within the volcanic rock that extends along a cliff overlooking the Lagora River. And at this point in time, alarms should be going off for all of us. At this point in time, we should all be able to see that there is something massive wrong with what we have been told by the mainstream history. Just because they call them ruins or ancient, this does not simply dismiss why they are here. We can see that there are 22 entrances to this place, where they are called caves now. And we know here that it's very possible we're not being told everything, where the good stuff is normally off limits to the public. Where we know that, we've seen that, where we know that a few caves, or in my opinion, entrances, have been either destroyed or hidden by dirt. I've found some incredible stuff here, and I'm not holding any of it back. So let's take a look together. Once you enter this cave, you see centralized in the back is a rock-carved ball placed on top of this platform. And you'll definitely want to remember this for later. And they tell us that this is a relic of resident monks, where their names are engraved on the side. But let's be honest and think logically. Me and you could have just wrote our names on the side of this thing last night, telling us that this dates back 2,200 years ago. And we all know how trustworthy that date is at this point. Not only do we have this one that seems to be the main one, but they have all these other ones in another cave nearby. So they were clearly used for something, where some of them connected to the ceiling. And in my opinion, this part has been destroyed, and was very possible that it was an energy source. Because when we go back to the main one, you can see that that one also had this box on top, which is, in my opinion, no longer connected to the ceiling where it once was. Some sort of old world technology here for sure. Incredible stuff. Someone has clearly come in here and destroyed the tops of these structures, and something has happened here where we live. We all know this by now. A massive mud flood has buried a lot of structures. We know that a lot of the old world is still under our feet. And we also know that there are hidden structures within these hills, especially when we are told in an article on photodharma.net that in 1879, the exact same year that James Ferguson was taking photos of these caves, 260 miles away, in another set of caves in India, which is lining up perfectly for us now, that a very old and most interesting cave was discovered in the Baja Scarp, further east. When first found, the cave was filled nearly to the roof of the veranda with mud and earth, filled with mud. How many more caves are in there that are still filled with this mud? Is this entire mountain one massive temple? Have we just located a massive old world palace that is hidden by mud? And would you be shocked if these were all over the world, just waiting for us to find them? Especially when we find these caves over here and then scroll to the top of, in my opinion, a palace, and we find more openings and a massive waterfall that was clearly man-made. Perfect steps leading all the way up, where we now know that this whole thing is no random mountain, and in my opinion, proves that there has been a massive cover-up in our historical timeline, proving that there was a group of people here before us that had technology that would be unimaginable. Technology that the ones in control today most likely still have. At this point, I can say confidently that in 1895, the power tool was given back to us. That was not the first time the power tool has ever been here. It is officially time for everyone to fully understand that the historical narrative that we are forced fed since day one is not a story for us. It is a story for them. The true story of our past is much, much deeper and holds a hidden past. And we are just getting started. Welcome to episode 73 of my lunch.
There was an interesting study done recently. The hypothesis was that the highest vibrational frequencies that a human body can generate is when it feels love or joy. So they put humans in a Faraday cage to create a perfect isolated electromagnetic field, and then would engage the person in an interview with story. And so they'd tell stories about their grandmother or the things. And sure enough, they found these huge bursts of energy coming out of the being when it would go into stories of love and joy and gratitude and all of the predictable things. But they would also take them into anger and frustration and hopelessness and depression. And there was this annoying finding that kept happening, that 40 times higher frequency than love and joy, a burst would come. And it was very inconsistent seemingly as to the emotional state of the person. As they listened back through over and over again, they realized that at those same points they were getting goosebumps with the person's story. So somebody in there came up with the theory of, I wonder if it's an authentic moment that we're sensing. So they redid the experiment, and sure enough, authenticity is 40 times higher generator than love and joy. Your soul doesn't have emotions. Your soul is authentic. The you that you really want to connect with is not a state of an emotional feeling. It's not a state of being. It is an authentic version of you. It is the authentic experience of seeing the beauty of you. And when you see how beautiful you are, you will go into a deep sense of grief because you've been so disconnected from that. You will go into a deep sense of joy for feeling the reverence inside of you. You'll go into a deep state of love for the beauty that you can see in yourself. But you won't find it until you start to value the authentic version of you, the authentic reality of you.
In a vortex, there are no straight lines. Everything is always turning. Water is energized as it runs around rocks in a creek. It's self-energizing and self-cleaning. If you watch water in a brook, in a little creek, it loves to flow around rocks. And as it flows around, it gathers more energy. Wow. That's how nature designed it. And what we do to water, we force it through straight pipes at 90 degrees. Under pressure, water goes when you do that. That's why you want to energize your water. And the simplest way to energize water is by a funnel that creates the vortex as it goes through the funnel and re-energizes the water. That's the simplest way. And by re-energizing it, you erase all the bad memories that the water has absorbed. It remembers everything from its source to the place where you start using it.